So I feel your pain with this. It took me a little bit to finally figure out tagging and untagging. So if you're coming from my last video and you've already configured some of the VLANs on that switch, those VLANs are going to work fine for devices that are already connected to that switch. So if you decide to expand that network and add another switch on there, and you plug both switches together and then you configure the VLANs on the new switch, you'll realize devices on the new switch will not be able to communicate with the devices on the old switch over those VLANs. So this is where tagging comes into play. That new link that you have between those two switches, you'll need to tag the VLANs that you want to allow to go over that link on both sides. So you have to tag it on the old switch and then on the new switch. Doing that is what's going to create your trunk.
Alright, to give you a visual, I am going to plug in this top switch into this bottom switch. So in order to have VLAN 10 from this top switch to be able to talk to devices on VLAN 10 on this switch, you'll have to tag this port with VLAN 10, and you'll have to do the same thing on this switch on that port. Doing that creates this trunk link, and you'll have to do that with any other VLANs that you end up adding later on. So one other thing, if you have a router plugged into a switch and you have VLANs on your router, in order for the VLANs to go over here into the switch and be able to talk over there, you'll still have to tag all the VLANs on this port that are in here.
So untagging is a little easier. It's usually what you do for your client devices. These devices could be computers. If you want your computer to only be able to talk in VLAN 10, then that's when you would untag that port that the computer's plugged into. I hope that answers your question a little bit. If you want, I can create another video and give a demonstration with Cisco switches on how to do that.